G'day, I'm Wild Willy. Welcome to another edition of Wild Willy's Wild Outdoors. Today is more of just getting out, farting around kind of video, but actually I want to do a couple things today. Not that I'm big on the video replies, but there's a couple things I really like to comment about. A couple things I've seen when I get set up and find a good place, then I'll go over them with you. And also, same with the gear review. I don't like doing gear reviews for the simple reason that everyone has their own gear, their own favorites. Depending on your environment or where you are at the time, there's different gear for different jobs, different gear for certain times of year. But I'm going to go over a knife today, only because someone sent me an email asking me questions. So we'll do that too. But for now, I'm just going to get out for a walk, see what's going on out here in the woods, find a nice place where I can have a cup of tea, and maybe light a little fire. So, sit back and enjoy the ride. One of the things you'll see there, got the tea going and got the fire going. I prop this rock up because I don't really like cutting down spruce boughs or pine boughs or anything like that to sit on, unless I really have to. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to dry this rock out and put some heat in it. Then I'm going to use that to sit on today. The heat in the rock will keep for quite a while. Of course, you got to watch out if you're pulling it out of a creek or out of, like I did, out of the snow there, that the rock doesn't get too hot and split on you, shatter. But that'll be my seat for today. Alright, one of the things I'd like to comment about today is I had a guy send me a private email, not a public viewing on YouTube, but one of the private ones where only certain people can view. And what he did is he sent me a video of a homemade water filter he made out in the bush. Now, what this individual did looked like a cigar tube, plastic cigar tube. He just cut the tip off, and then he packed the thing full of charcoal. Now, whether it was activated charcoal he bought from the store, or it was just from the fire, but and then he put a little, I don't even know what kind of cloth, looked like a dishcloth or a J cloth on top, something with big holes in it, and then he proceeded to drink. Well, the stuff he was drinking and he was spitting out was like a gray slurry. And so I emailed him back and I said, how long after did it take you to puke? And he goes, how do you know I puked? I said, yeah, I bet you did. How long after? He said, about 20 minutes. See, the problem with stuff like that is charcoal's a wonderful thing. It's in water filters that you buy. It's in gas mask air filters. They use charcoal for a lot of different things. And one of the things in water filters is it helps get rid of the microorganisms and giardia and beaver fever and stuff like that. But it's set to a certain concentration. Charcoal is also used the way syrup of ipecac was. Ipecac, if you don't know what that is, that's the stuff they used to give kids if they ingested a poison. It would go in their system. It would absorb the poison and make them puke it up. Well, charcoal works in the same way. A lot of the pediatricians now won't use ipecac. They will use a charcoal mixed with water. You can buy it over the counter, I do believe. And this guy did a little too much and he puked all over. So I got nothing against water filters. Guys making homemade water filters, I've done it out here. I've had to a couple times, but it's one of those things, guys, you really got to know what you're doing. I mean, if the water's not clear, coming out clear, don't drink it. This guy was like, it was like a gray water that was almost like had almost a paste consistency to it. And this guy got sicker than a dog. Too much of that'll kill you too. It's charcoal. They do put it in you to help absorb the poisons, but too much in your system can be fatal. So that's just another thing, guys. It amazes me, some of the stuff I see out there. You got to really know what you're doing. I know some of it's trial and error, but wait on the side of caution when you're doing something like that, because it can be fatal. Another thing I just want to touch on about is I watched a video this morning actually on Environ Sponsible's web page there. He sends me his links, and he did one on emergency food preparedness. And what he did is called the Ultimate Survival Food or something like that, the name of his video. And he's been doing it for a while. He grows sprouts. And what sprouts are seeds like alfalfa and stuff like that. And the sprouts are very good for you. You can grow them in your house. You don't have to grow them outside. And it was just a really neat video the way he had it set up. And he can grow it indoors. And he's got a steady food supply full of nutrients and vitamins and minerals off these sprouts. So I believe his link to his page is on my my channel page. So check that out. I was thinking too, actually, before I watch that, so I'm just getting the fog going here. Before I watch that, I think in the springtime when the snow goes and stuff starts to bud, I'm going to do a couple segments called Food Around Your House. And what that is, basically I'll show you what I got within 100 meters of my front door. Different kinds of foods and plants you can eat for nutrition values, for medical situations like stuff like infusing willow bark, the inside of the willow bark there, because that's a great pain reliever and fever reducer. Not a lot of people know that, but there's a lot of stuff, so I think I'm going to get more. Once the nice weather gets here, I'll get into more of that side of things. So, alright guys, this is kind of my reply here. Someone sent me an email about knives, and really when it comes to knives, it's entirely up to you. It's your preference, really. You know, you're only as sharp as your knife, and the rule of thumb is little knife, little jobs, big knife, big jobs. So I carry a lot of little knives, folding, locking blade knives, all different makes and models and stuff like that. But for my big jobs, this is what the email was about. Want to know what I carry as an all-around. We're talking interior camping and real serious bushcraft, not you know, just going out for the day, but you're going out for a week or two on end. I carry what's called as a machax. It's a nice knife. It's made by BKT, and it's M-A-C-H-A-X. It was made in New York. Now, as far as I know, this company went out of business. They did for a while make a smaller version of this, well, not so much smaller in size, but the grade of the steel and the thickness of the steel, I don't know if you can see that or not, how thick that blade is. I know it's kind of hard. And the tang, for of course, full tang. I had this one custom made, only because I wanted a heavier gauge steel on here, and I wanted a heavier weight to it. This is my bush knife for the most part. I've had this knife going on probably 17 years now, and I mean I don't use it all that often, maybe 2 or 3 times a year, but I'll keep it sharp and keep it oiled. It's got a good grip on it. It's got a good balanced weight, and that's why I wanted it. I wanted good balanced weight, and I wanted it thicker in the top part. The top part here, this is all your if you want a baton or your chopping and everything else, and then you got a thinner part in here for doing some fine tuning, and you got a very thin tip for doing some skinning and whatnot. I really like this knife. I don't even know if you can get them anymore, but it's a good all-purpose knife. I've never had an issue with it. It's got a great case, hard plastic case. You don't got to worry about a material, even if it's military grade sheath. The knife can come out. If you're pulling it out the wrong way, you can cut the sheath. This thing isn't going to cut. It's a hard plastic locking sheath, and of course you got the leg straps on there. So this is my knife. Like I said before, they make a version of this, but I had to get this custom ordered for what I wanted for the grade of steel on here and the weight of the knife. But just to answer your question there, that person that sent me the email, this is what I carry, not as an everyday carry knife, or not even a day carry knife when I'm out in the bush for the day. This is the interior camping slash heavy duty knife. So if you can get your hands on one of these, I recommend them anyways. Usually I put a fluorescent hockey tape, like a bright yellow or orange, on the handle, for the simple reason, and like most of us, we get a fog going and we're doing something with wood or something like that, and we set the knife down, and next thing you know, we're spending 2 minutes to look for it. You should never set your knife down, but if you do, at least I got the yellow handle or the orange handle to make it more visible. So yeah, this is a good knife, never failed me yet. The blade, never chipped the blade, never wore the finish off the blade. And it's good knife for me. And I recommend one of these if you can get your hands on one. They're absolutely fantastic all-purpose bush knife. Alright, I'm Wild Willie, and I'm signing off for the day. I'm gonna go home and make myself something to eat and sit by the fire. So I hope you enjoyed this little edition of Wild Willie's Wild Outdoors. So remember, keep your head up in the bush. You never know what you're gonna see.